What is going on, guys? Welcome to 100% Chelsea for your Chelsea versus Leicester preview! Yay! I'm with Laurenz. Hello, Laurenz.
Someone is hyped, isn't he?
I'm so hyped. International break's over.
How you doing, mate?
I've been good. I've been having a lovely little snooze for 2 weeks because, the international break's been going on. It's been shit. So basically what I've been doing is, hibernating, breathing, snuggling up in my bed. It's been good, but I'm just glad the Premier League's back now. Obviously, as we do this, Antonio Conte is giving his press conference for the Chelsea versus Leicester game. So what we're going to do is we'll keep you updated as that goes on. Laurenz is on Twitter as it stands. He's our man on the ground in Austria. So he's in another country. I'm actually quite close. So, it would probably make more sense if I was doing it. But, I'm doing this. So basically, as we go along, we'll give you updates if anything big comes out. Obviously, first thing to talk about is team news. So, according to Antonio Conte, John Terry will be available this weekend. So we actually have some decent defenders. I'm so happy. This is good.
Isn't it great? Isn't it great? We finally have a defender again.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think about all that? It's just like, who are we going to play now that John Terry's back?
Well, I think we're going to stick with the 3-4-3 lineup that we used against Hull because it worked, and I think that he worked on that formation a lot during the international break. And I don't know. I have a feeling that he will keep Azpilicueta playing as one of the three at the back, centre back kind of thing, alongside John Terry and David Luiz, because I think he's going to drop Cahill again, and Ivanovic won't come in.
I agree.
I think, anyway.
If you look at it though, that makes a lot of sense because Azpilicueta, let's be honest, as a fullback, he doesn't go forward, and he's not as. Say, for example, when we had Felipe Luiz, if you wanted someone who could go forward and put an amazing cross, be like that player, which is great going forward, it would be Felipe Luiz on paper. Obviously, I didn't rate it when he was here because he didn't get enough game time really for me to 100% give that whole approval. But obviously, yeah, I think if you play him as one of those defenders, he's one of the best defenders in the Premier League. In fact, in my opinion, I think he's the best left back / fullback in the entire Premier League. For how consistent he's been over the past few years. Yes, we were crap last season, but he was one of our better players. And I just think at the back as well, he brings pace, which Ivanovic doesn't bring, and Cahill does still have a mistake in him. And you saw at the Euros against Slovenia this week, and obviously you were probably watching Austria. You might not have been watching, and if you did, you know what was going on.
I saw that. I saw the highlights though.
Yeah, exactly. So it was sort of like there was a big issue there, in my opinion. And I just think playing that 3-4-3. So you saying Terry, Azpilicueta, and then
Luiz.
See, I don't know. I don't want to play David Luiz as a centre back. Can Zuma just get fit?
Yeah, but he did well though. He's done well every game he played so far. Better than Cahill.
Yeah, he's better than Cahill, but he's still got a mistake in him. He's a loose cannon.
But he hasn't made one so far. You know what I mean? Well, it's only been like 4 games up, but still, still hasn't made a mistake.
Who would you put in goal?
Well, it's going to have to be Courtois. Begovic conceded 4 against Belgium, so
it doesn't have to.
I don't know if I play him.
No, I want to see Begovic in. Courtois.
Sure, because of what Courtois said, or other reasons.
Both. He's not asked. He may as well be leaning against the goalpost, having a fag, and go, "Yep, cool. Here you go. There's the goal. Have a shot." He doesn't care.
That,
he doesn't care.
Like he saved in half of the shots we conceded on goal. That's a joke.
He's not a good keeper. He was supposedly one of the best up-and-coming keepers, but he's got a shocking attitude.
I think the main problem with him is that he can't organise a defence. Of course, like John Terry being missing, our defence as a whole being really bad, it doesn't help a goalkeeper, does it? But he should be there to command his centre-backs. He should be there to organise it. That's what Peter Cech was really good at. Peter Cech maybe wasn't the perfect keeper towards the end before we sort of let him go. But he still was commanding that box, and he was telling his people where to go and where to be. And that's why we kept so many clean sheets. That's why he's the record, the holder of most clean sheets in the Premier League ever. And that's why we won the Champions League with him, because he knows how to control and organise the defence, and Courtois doesn't yet. Of course, he's only 24, but he's been playing at top level for like 4 or 5 years, so it's fucking time to sort. But yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty sure he will start. Whether I want him to start or not, I don't know. I'm a bit on the fence because, like you, I'm a bit annoyed with him. But then again, when I look at how Begovic played against Leicester in the cup, that was everything but good, was it? Like those 2 goals, that was just a joke by him.
Yeah, I know. But the fact of the matter remains, Begovic looks a lot more motivated to play than Courtois does. And in my opinion, I just think if I was Conte, obviously this is just speculation that we've started, but like if I was Conte and I saw how Courtois was playing and how he was, in fact, Mario Vella was going to say something I was going to say in about 2 minutes. I would have said, if I was going to Courtois, I said, if you're going to act like that, you're going to be dropped. Sit on the bench. Because the way he's treated people, so the way he treated Christophe Lolichon, so the way that he was, I don't want to work with him. I don't want to do it. That man coached the best goalkeeper in the world at one point, and his methods worked. The whole reason that it was working out then, when you had Courtois and Petr Cech, was because Petr Cech was pushing Courtois. That's the only reason it worked. End of. And since he's gone, he's now just done that. I mean, he got an injury, obviously, but then obviously we were there saying, he's just injured. He's probably been doing that since day one. He's probably been acting like this since day one. He's a petulant child.
Yeah, and he's done the same thing with the national team during the Euros, hasn't he?
Exactly. He needs to be dropped. End of.
Yeah, I would drop him, but Begovic is not good. Like, look what he did against Leicester. Like, we can't have that as our starting goalkeeper. That's what I mean. I know Begovic concedes a lot of goals, but at least hardly any of them I'm like, right, you really should have saved that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. Begovic,
sometimes I feel like he should have saved that, but he doesn't.
Yeah.
That's what annoys me. And like, to be honest, I'd rather sort it out now, play him until we can get rid of him, instead of like conceding a useless amount of goals by mistake. I don't know. I'm a bit on the fence on this one.
Yeah, that's true. Well, obviously, I was going to say, Mario Velen said, sell him, get Joe Hart. I'm 100% game for that. Apparently, that's what we're going to be doing in January. And you know what? I'm very happy with that. Let's do that. But obviously, who would you guys like to see in goal? Would you like to see Begovic, or would you like to see Courtois? Obviously, we're just speculating here, just, out of interest to see what's going on. But obviously, we've got our goalkeeper, as it's that one we haven't. We've got Dave, Terry, and Louise as our back 3. Obviously, when Zuma's back, I'd like to see Louise pushing in the field, but he's not going to be back for this game, I don't think. I think he might be on the bench or something. No. Wing backs. Are we going to
just quickly? Conte's sort of a quote. He said it was necessary to find a new solution because it's not right that a team like Chelsea were conceding so many goals. So that pretty much confirms that we're going to stick with that new formation again because he feels like that worked. I think that quote pretty much confirms that.
Okay, all right then. So there you go. We're playing a 3-4-3. That sounds good. Wing backs. Who are we going? We're going to go Alonso and Moses again because I thought Moses looked pretty sharp.
Yeah, if Moses is fit, because he picked up an injury during that whole City game, and then he didn't travel to the Nigerian national team. But Antonio Conte hasn't yet said anything about him being fit or not. If he's fit, I will definitely play Moses at right wing back and Moses on the left, Alonso on the left. But as I said, I'm not 100% sure if he is, and if he's not, it's probably going to have to be Azpilicueta as the right wing back and Cahill playing in the middle.
All right, okay. So we'll run with him being fit for now, because this is all hypothetical until we know. As far as we're concerned, Moses is fit. Your 2 men in midfield. Kante's got to start this game just for banter. I love that. Yeah,
no, he has to start the game, and he will start the game. That's for sure. And I'm 99% sure that Matic is going to start next to him. Whether I agree with that or not is pretty much irrelevant because it's not going to change anyway. But no, I'd play Kante with Fabregas, but I'm pretty sure it will be Kante with Matic.
Kante and Matic, yeah. I'd agree with you. I'd want to play Fabregas. I mean, he tore Leicester a new one when he started to play. He played in the Cup.
Exactly, that's what I mean.
But I think obviously that was a weakened team as well. I remember if you guys haven't seen it already, make sure you go over to Fox's Fans TV to check our content we've done with them for the game. Obviously, they come on here as well. We were saying, that was a weakened Leicester team, but that was still a very, very strong team. Obviously, he threw on Jamie Vardy in that at the end, and they caused us problems. And I just don't like in terms of an engine room. Kante, great. Matic, I'm just sat there, just going. I'm not.
Well, what does he offer us? That's always my what I'm thinking. He doesn't do well defensively. He doesn't do anything going forward. Why is he even there?
Yeah, he's just a stopgap. I'd give someone like maybe a Ruben off the cheek or something. I don't know. This is me just being hopeful, like I usually am. But it's like, Like, Matic doesn't bring anything anymore. He's just dead weight, in my opinion. I think if I'm looking at this team that we've got now, I would sell Courtois. I would sell Matic straight away. Straight away. Obviously, another thing as well. If we go when we're going forward, since we last recorded, Willian has lost his mum, so he's not going to be available. Obviously, our condolences go out to him and his family. I understand how it feels. I lost my mum when I was younger, and it's always really, really, really tough. But you know, hopefully he'll come back strong. You know, he'll come back stronger, and he'll hopefully his family are all okay. So obviously, all our thoughts go to him. I hope he gets better. So he's not going to be available, obviously, on that right hand side. So I guess it's going to be Pedro.
Yeah, it's probably going to have to be. Well, the other option is, of course, if we play Cahill, Terry, and Luiz as the centre backs, Aspi as the right wing back, and then we play Moses as the right winger. That is obviously another option, but I think Pedro is going to start as the right winger. You know, because pretty much he's been the sort of the next option, the attacking sort of the next option for the attacking options kind of thing. So yeah, I think it's going to be Pedro. Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll shove Pedro in there. Hazard on the other side, obviously.
He's going to start up front, isn't he?
Yeah, he's top goal scorer at the minute, isn't he? So he's got to start.
Scored for Spain as well. Even though he should have scored against Italy, but he didn't. He scored against Albania, though, so fair enough.
There you go. So just make a note of it. There's your team as it stands. We still don't know about our goalkeeper. I would still start Begovic. You would start Courtois. We're on the fence here. I'm going to see the next 5 people to comment the goalkeeper. We'll make our choice out of those two then. So if there's like 3 Courtois and 2 Begovic, it'll be Courtois in the nets. But as far as I'm concerned, it should be Begovic because Courtois doesn't care. But you know, that's fine. We'll be good. So we've done that. That's our team. Anything coming out of the press conference?
Not really. It's just been talking about players individually, but Batshuayi quickly being mentioned by Conte. I don't really know why people have been asking about him. Obviously, there's been stupid rumours about us wanting to sell him or other teams wanting to buy him off us, whether it's Marseille want him back or Milan want him back or want him. But, you know, that's not happening. That's just rumours. So, to be honest, I'm not really reading it too much into that. He's spoken about Kante. It's really important for us. Obviously, you know, they're going to ask about him because he's playing against Leicester. He said, I love the players who always show a good spirit. The central defenders must be very aggressive and cover the space, which again suggests that Azpilicueta is going to start and not Gary Cahill if we have John Terry playing. Of course, you know, we all want John Terry back, but if you think about it, if Cahill wasn't as bad as he was over the last couple of games, it would probably make sense to not play John Terry because he's just not quick enough. But because Gary Cahill has been as bad as he was, we just have to play John Terry. But, you know, if you think about it, in a 3 at the back, John Terry is probably a little bit of a liability because the centre-backs do have to cover a lot of ground.
I disagree. I disagree because if you look at how Conte played at Juventus, you had Barzagli, Chiellini and Bonucci. Barzagli is basically Juve's equivalent of John Terry. He's slow. He had cover
but
from...
He's not that slow.
No, he's pretty slow, mate. He had cover from Dave and Luiz. I'm reading it off the sheet now. He had cover from Chiellini and Bonucci. So basically, you had those 2 are monsters, more monsters, and you just had him basically organising it with Buffon, just going, right, you move here, you do this, you do this, and it works. And you know,
yeah, I know. I think it works. I'm just saying from what he said that the defenders have to cover a lot of space and be aggressive. That's not really John Terry's strong point, is it? Cover a lot of space. That's not what he does.
Well, no, but he reads the game well, and if you've got, maybe that's why Matic is playing. I mean, he doesn't do a lot defensively, but we have to remember 2 years ago, bloody hell, he was the best defensive midfielder in
the world.
Yeah, probably in the world. And he's not a world beater anymore, but you know, he must still have him in him somewhere. And if you look at the team, which we could
he's not 35 now, he's 28. So
exactly. He's just gone. Well, he's on peak now, probably. So 26, 27, 28 is on peak. That's when you're at your best. But if you look at what side we could potentially be facing, so this is just spitballing hypothetically.
Wait, hold on. Apparently, I read that somewhere. I think it was on Facebook somewhere yesterday that apparently Ranieri is going to rest a lot of some players because they're playing obviously Champions League midweek. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. And whether he's actually said that or not, I don't know. I just saw it on Facebook, but maybe we're actually going to face a similar team to what we faced in the cup. I don't know.
Yeah, well, let's be honest. If you look at how Ranieri, if you think about how Ranieri is thinking here, he's probably there going, right, we're not going to win the league again. Let's be honest. It wasn't a huge sort of what was it? It wasn't. I don't want to say a blip because it was really good, and that makes it sound really negative, but it's not. It was a triumph, I guess you could say. But he's going to go. That's not going to happen again. We probably won't finish top 4. We're in the Champions League. You want to excel in that, get more money from that, generate income. We'll rest our players focus on the Champions League, and I want to say that's what we did in 2012, but we were pretty jammy in 2012 as well. Let's be honest. But that's clearly his method of thinking, and if that means he probably won't start Vardy, or he'll start Slimani in the Champions League because that's where he's been playing it.
Well, they usually play a 4-4-2 anyway, so haven't they usually both started together?
So I don't think they started together. I'm not sure. You're asking the wrong bloke here. I don't really watch Leicester, but I don't think he starts. I think it's normally Vardy and Okazaki, like it was last season, or Vardy and Joa.
From the opposition's preview that we uploaded from Fox's Fans TV, he predicted Slimani and Vardy. Obviously, whether that's true or not, we don't know. But
let's look at it that way then. So you're going to have 4-4-2. You're going to have Vardy. I'm writing this down as well. So I look like a genius. Vardy and Slimani.
Yeah.
Right hand side, you're going to have Mahrez. I've done Slimani on the right, so you get that perfect link between the two players. That's instantaneously 10 chemistry on FIFA, just for all you nerds out there. But Mahrez on the right. On the left, it'll be Albrighton, wouldn't it? Or would it be Musa? Who would he start?
Isn't Musa a striker?
Yeah, he plays him on the left for some reason sometimes.
Isn't that great? I think they look the exact same, so I can never, I never know who is who. But usually Albrighton is the one who starts. But then again, is he going to start his first team or not? But yeah, I think we don't know enough about Leicester to talk about the second team that could possibly start. So I think we're just going to go with the first team that we think could start. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Albrighton then. He said that Amati kid might start, so I'll put him in. Amati. Yeah. He probably will start Drinkwater, yeah. Drinky. I can't fit drink water in songs, but drink. Drink.
Let me just. I tried to get up the formation that they started against us because I can't remember it.
Morgan and Huth definitely going. That's simple. Morgan, Huth, Simpson.
Fuchs on the left, probably.
I love your national left back's name. I always took the mickey out of
that. No fucks given.
No Fuchs given.
He loves himself, that hashtag.
Don't be rude. That's rude.
And obviously Schmeichel in goal, isn't it? I don't think he'll start Zila. He really messed up against us. So
he'll start Zila in Champions League. That's
possibly,
that's what he's been doing. They've been doing, I think. So I think that it's not a bad team. It's not. It's
Yeah.
Slimani.
Pretty much, except Morgan and Drinkwater, that would be 9 different players who started against us in the cup.
What were the teams that started in the cup?
So Seal in goal. Well, no, actually Simpson played as well. Simpson right back, Vasilevsky and Morgan centre backs. Chilwell, or however you pronounce his name, is left back. Gray on the right, King and Drinkwater in the middle, Schlupp on the left, Okazaki is sort of a second striker, and Musa start up front. So that would be 8 changes from, how they played against us in the cup. But again, I'm not sure if they will start their first team or not. There will be something we're gonna have to wait and see, I guess.
Yeah, that's very true. Well, let's wrap this up here now then, quick. So let's do our final thing. Obviously, you guys know what my score prediction is, but we want to know what Big Loz's is. Go on, Loza. What is it?
Well, you might think I'm a bit overconfident, but I'm going to go with the 2-0. I don't know. New formation. We're going to keep a clean sheet again. John Terry's back. Why not? And, Costa's going to score one because he always scores. And then, I don't know.
Edin.
Give Hazard one, yeah.
Yeah, go on. We love a little bit of Edin. I want to sing that song this weekend. Obviously, if you guys are at the game, make sure you come and see me at the Britannia Gate for a fan cam. It'd be great to see some of you guys. You know, I'm since having the conversation, I've got a little bit more excited. I'm just like, I'm thinking about it. I think it might work out.
What was your prediction? I didn't hear your prediction.
I'll be brutally honest. I thought it could go anyway. I'm not going to say it again because it makes me sound like Michael Owen. So we could win, lose, or draw. It's like, well, yeah, no shit, mate. Of course you can win, lose, or draw. That's how it operates. But I'm thinking. I don't think we'll win. I think what's happened is we found the right system. I think we found the right system. If we'd found it against Arsenal, or we found it against Liverpool, where I had time to sort of fit in, and then you'd had that international break, it wouldn't really matter. But it's that we found the system at Hull the game before the international break. I'm just worried that it's not going to carry across, and then it's just going to be back at square one again, like it has been last season and a little bit of this season. So I think it's going to be. I think we're either going to draw. Oh yeah, I think we're going to get a draw. I don't think we'll win this game.
The only thing though is our centre backs. The one that we're predicting to start, we're all here. None of them went to international duty. Aspilicueta stayed here. I don't know why. He wasn't called up apparently. David Luiz wasn't called up, or didn't go to the Brazil squad. I don't know. And John Terry obviously retired from international football. So the three centre backs that we're thinking about starting.
Mistake. England's biggest mistake, letting John Terry retire. But
he probably wouldn't be at his best anymore. But that's why I think it could work really well. Alonso was here as well, who would play on the left. So Moses, even though he was apparently injured, he was here at least to work on it in theory.
Yeah. Well, obviously Kante went. Pedro didn't go, did he?
I'm not sure. He might have done. Yeah. I'm not sure.
I don't think
Fabregas hasn't. I know that. Diego has, but Fabregas hasn't.
This is really okay. Yeah, I'm getting a bit more confident now.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, screw it. 2-1. We're gonna win 2-1. I'm gonna go there. 2-1 Chelsea win. If I look like an idiot, I look like an idiot. That's the tendency of what I have to do. I usually do look like an idiot at some point in my life. But yes.
Let's talk about something else quickly though. Let's talk about the Nike deal.
Oh yeah.
Because yesterday we announced that we signed a deal with Nike as a new sort of kit sponsor and everything else sponsor kind of thing on a 15-year deal, and apparently about £60 million a year, which would be the fourth biggest sponsorship deal in the world behind Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, and not Bayern Munich, Man United. It might actually even be the third biggest. It might actually be the third biggest because Barca haven't yet signed a new deal. So we're currently the third biggest deal in the world.
Yeah, Man United get £200 million a year from Adidas or something stupid, don't they?
200 million. It's 100 million.
It's a stupid three-figure sum, but it doesn't matter. But
anyway, fair enough.
I mean, when I play football, I've got my Nikes. So that's fairly decent. But then when it comes to just wearing clothes, I'm an Adidas man through and through. So it's a bit. I'm sat on the fence. Unfortunately, I'm feeling a bit awkward. It's you know what it feels like? It feels like a bad divorce. It just feels like we're just a love child between Nike and Adidas. That's what I feel like. But it's
yeah, and also, but it wasn't a good marriage towards the end because look at the kit we're wearing at the moment. That's the pajamas.
That's true. Yeah, that isn't a nice kit. I'm not so sure about how Nike do their thing, like the futuristic thing where it's two different colours. I like the three stripes. That's what I've always loved because obviously we had Umbro when I was about 4 or 5, like when I was like little. So I remember we had the Umbro, but then I just remember switching. Umbro was the last season. That was our century season, wasn't it? And then we swapped it over after the season after we got the gold. Well, we remember because we had the gold kit, didn't we? Yeah, like the gold trim on the like down here with Umbro, and then we went to had that like the Predator kit from Adidas, and then I just remember the stripes and like the Samsung logo are always going to be a very reminiscent and very strong for me. But
the Adidas Samsung combination was amazing. But I don't know. Ever since with Yokohama, I don't know. The Adidas shirts haven't really been that great in my opinion. Anyway, I don't know. It gives us more money. From Yokohama and Nike, we get 100 million a year. Then we get the Carboa, the energy drink thingy that we've got on our training kit. So we're generating a lot of money, and we're starting to be a club that is that can run itself on its own without Roman pumping too much money into it. So
Well, let's
By
see about that. I mean, I'm not convinced we're running ourselves at it because we're not spending any money, are we?
no, I'm not saying we are. I'm saying we can.
Yeah.
You know, of course, Nike isn't going to build a new ground, but excuses to sign big players. We don't have. What's our excuse? It's not only Roman putting in that money. We have sponsors.
It's true.
So it's fucking time to spend money. If we want to win the league again, if we want to win the Champions League again, we're going to have to spend money. But we're not going to be able to fuck around with Gary Cahill. I'm being serious.
It's the way that you go. We have to spend money. We've got Gary Cahill at the minute. That just says it all. It's just like
that's what it is, though. Like, I love the guy. He won the Champions League with us, but please sit on the bench. Like, I'm happy for him to stay, but please stay on the bench.
Oh my God, you do make me laugh. You do make me laugh. But anyway, guys, that has been your preview / news update / look at Lewis / look at Laurenz thing. Obviously, if you haven't already, please subscribe to 100% Chelsea. Also, links are down in the description. I'll be doing fan cams after game. Lawrence, as usual, will be uploading his pretty much instantaneous match reaction, which is what we love him for right here at 100% Chelsea. So again, subscribe. All social media links down in the description. I will see you later. Lawrence, do you want to sign off and just, do all the stuff you do?
Well, all the stuff I do, you pretty much did. So I'm just going to say up to Chelsea and see you next.
See you. Bye, guys. Take care.